It is only recently that we have had the ability to interface with these constructs and bring the organic source light into these corrupted systems. We are starting to learn that when we hold the witness and when we get to a certain level of our spiritual development to exchange with the source light. This is why we have been breaking through the frequency fence. It is like being in contained place where there is no further energy coming in. It is like being in an air-conditioned car where there is only recycled air, which is exactly what has been happening on planet Earth. We have not been getting any additional life force from the Godhead. We have been in a planetary kundalini, in a closed system where the only energy supply is coming from the planet Earth. We are now in a kundalini supply that is coming from the core of the universe, and this has never been here like this before. What is happening in that closed system without the additional energetic supply? There was a certain law down here, tilde. It is like saying the architecture was infiltrated at a certain level that supported that, and the beings that supported that did and are coming to an end. But they do not understand that they are coming to an end and are still pushing it. They are still attempting to use the laws like they did in the past. Meaning they went against the natural laws of God and got a result. We are now in the beginning of a period where this is going to radically change on Earth, meaning people, organizations that have been operating this way, consuming others, are systemically being taken down. These structures are so huge and have been built up on so many different feeding grounds. The ones that are controlling the money supply are all sitting on top like 200 layers of structures all feeding the top. We are dealing with the dismantling of a 200-floor skyscraper. We are systematically taking the floors out, and once we do that, the top isn't getting fed. The people up there in the penthouse, that like the view, but they have been doing it at the expense of others. Meaning the raping, pillaging, and killing of others so they could stay in the penthouse. Those people don't understand that the laws are changing. So now that we understand this larger construct that is a form of which you have been interfacing with, and there has been an alignment which is a corridor that lines up with a direct exchange. That is coming, and that is what is happening to protect you. Blessing it and understanding it is the best possible thing that you can do. The second you have walked into a locked door, you have been moved into a different part of the time field. And I can be seen that is what is going on. At the same time, this complex construct is part of the false king of tyranny. There's an actually construct in the light body that is called the crown of thorns, and the crown of thorns is a part of the crucifixion energies. It is an enslavement device, something that is in our bodies energetically when we come to this planet. It is part of the layers of the crucifixion implant, and what it is designed to do is to suppress the crown, the third eye. Our inner vision, our alignment, all of that. What I am understanding is the crown of thorns is systematically being removed from the architecture. So I am looking at the architecture of the crown of thorns as it is connected to the false king of tyranny. In order for there to be patriarchal domination and a propagation of feeding that energy, this exists in the planetary field. What is happening on Earth is to understand parasitism and vampirism, meaning darkness exists through the consumption of others. It cannot exist any other way. So how it consumes others is through these crucifixion implants.